folks. I think we're going to get started. I'm Richard Boykin, B-O-Y-K-I-N, Cook County Commissioner from District 1. I'm proud to be here with the Treasurer, Maria Pappas, and Dr. Willie Wilson, and so many clergy and concerned citizens about this impending property tax sale that will take place on April 3rd. This is a travesty. It's a moral issue. It's one that we must do something about. It's a failure of government in Springfield to actually change the tax date and catch so many people off guard with that change. And so we in government, the Treasurer Pappas and myself, we try to find creative ways to make sure that we help ordinary struggling people. And so one of those creative ways that we've come up with is to create a fund that will actually help struggling property owners pay their taxes before April 3rd. Now what we've done is we've asked individuals, and Dr. Willie Wilson has been one of those individuals who stepped forward and actually agreed to put $150,000 into this fund to help these struggling property owners pay their taxes. Now I, based on the leadership of Dr. Willie Wilson and the outstanding things that he does, has contributed $5,000 to that fund, so we have $155,000. Now we're asking financial institutions and other individuals to be a good neighbor to those senior citizens, to those veterans, those disabled individuals who happen to find themselves on this list. Approximately 50,000 people, properties on that list. We're concerned about it. With that said, I want to turn it over to Dr. Willie Wilson, who is the president of Omar Inc. and is doing just outstanding things. This is just one of the many things that he's contributed to.
Let me start out by saying thank the Lord for His amazing grace. To all the pastors and clergy who's here on this special day, and to my good friend, Bishop Boykin, Treasurer Pappas, I want to thank her and Commissioner Boykin and all the clergymen for being here today, and for their support. My wife and I feel the pains of the community. Right. This is a tragedy. It's not about black and white, it's about more issue. A couple days ago, I just heard of it myself, but I think it's Friday. Usually, through the grapevine, you usually know these things ahead of time. A lot of people are caught off guard. Although my wife and I taxes are paid up, but somebody else's taxes not paid, it's probably going to become a problem if people going to end up buying it and taking it away from them. That's just like our taxes haven't been paid also. Okay? And so I believe that a politician is responsible for this, and they need to get their act together. Okay? This is not political for me. It's an emotional one for me. Right? My mother lived 87 years old. I was raised with, most of you all probably know, 20 cents per hour. Sometimes we didn't have food to eat. So it's just like bringing me back to the days when down south that we didn't have anything. Had not been for the neighbor who reached out and gave us bread to eat, we wouldn't be where we're today. So I'm just being a good neighbor, and to reach back and help. This is a shame. People in the office need to be voted out of office. And we need to do something about it. People do not need to come and take advantage of the poor people.
That's right.
So look, I can afford it, you can afford it. But it's our grandparent, our kid can afford it. That means we cannot afford it. We must not rest until we do something. So we're going to donate $150,000. And then we're going to come back and do a fundraiser and try to become more. But that's all of you all here today. Please donate as well. You can donate to my foundation if you trust me. If you don't trust me, come down and help somebody. Right? That's Dr. Willie Wilson Foundation.org, and it's a 501c3. I also want to thank, especially also the young lady, Ms. Wood, from the West Side Justice Center. She's the one that helped administrate these things as well, and so they coordinated and all the help we get here. So I want to again thank Treasurer's Patterson here, and also Commissioner Boykin, and also the pastors who's here, and all of you all who's here as well to cover this situation. You know, this is the United States of America.
Right.
Right? This is not Beirut.
That's right.
You know, we should not treat our citizens. You know, I'm ashamed of the people that got in office. Allow some tragic stuff like this to go.
That's right.
And we're going to do all we can do. Remember them on the day we get ready to go.
That's right.
God help them all. God bless you all. God bless the United States of America.
Now we want to bring up the greatest treasurer this side of heaven in Cook County. But on a serious note, she is the one who has amplified this issue. She's been an advocate for the people, and she brought it to my attention, not just to my attention, but to all of the Cook County commissioners, all of the aldermen, and state reps and state senators. She's let people know about this issue, and she's actually printed out lists. There are nearly 4,000 people in my district who are on that list. And so will you put your hands together for Cook County Treasurer Maria?
So I've been doing this for almost 30 years. And I would say that my 30 years of being, almost 30 years of being an elected official, this is without question the most moving issue that I have had to deal with, because at that counter there is where everyone comes to complain about what's happening in their life and their property. And when they come in about this tax sale, they come in with their prescriptions for medicine, their electric bills, their pharmacy bills, their phone bills, and they stand at that counter and they cry because they don't have it. They don't have it. It's 2017. These are the shocking statistics. 11,300 people in the city of Chicago owe under $1,000. Wow. 6,000 people in the city of Chicago owe under $500. 300 people in the city of Chicago owe, 1,700 people in the city of Chicago owe under $300. And finally, a little under 1,000 people owe under $200 in the city of Chicago. So let me tell you, this $150,000 from Dr. Miller and his lovely wife, this is his lovely wife, and his wife, and the $5,000 from I should say Dr. Boykin. I'm going to make him an honorary doctor for getting so involved, really. Goes a long way toward 982 people who owe $200. This money goes a long way to people who owe just a little bit, who come to this counter. So everyone here, everyone who's assisted with this tremendous outreach, from the bottom of my heart, I tell you, in the year 2017, right now in March, about to be April 3rd of 2017, this issue is the issue for everyone. That's right. This is about who just doesn't have. And to top it off, our one agency. 6,400 of these 64,000 people have gotten a notice 7 times from my office, and 7 times from my office, that notice has come back here. So, the alderman, the commissioners, everyone is out knocking and going door to door, looking for the 6,400 people who haven't received their notices. And that's everyone who's up here, ministers, elected officials, community leaders, bar associations, everyone who's on stage is helping with this effort. And let me tell you something. It is difficult in this day and age to get people riled up about something. And I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, Dr. Wilson, thank you for riling people up and contributing. Thank you. My good friend, Commissioner Boykin, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think it's time to tell people how the Bar Association is going to administer the money. I'm going to step aside here.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Treasurer Pappas, for your leadership and your courage on this issue. Now we want to bring up Tanya Woods, who's an attorney extraordinaire with the West Side Justice Center, and she'll talk about the process for applications and all of the details. Tanya Woods.
Thank you, Commissioner. My name is Tanya Woods. I'm the Executive Director of the West Side Justice Center. We're located at 601 South California at the corner of California and Harrison. And we're certainly very proud and humbled to partner with the Dr. Willie Wilson Foundation in bringing the boots to the ground so that we can put this help in the hands of the people who need it most. So if you'd like to take advantage of this program and this generosity, and you feel as though your property is one that is on this list, here's how we can help. Visit westsidejustice.org by Friday of this week, and you will find information about our holistic legal services, but specifically how to apply for this program. There you will find an application that you can download and print, and then you can bring that or send that into our offices. If you'd like more information today, you can call our office at 773-940-2213. That's 773-940-2213. And part of this initiative is so very important to us because we are an agency that is committed to bringing advocacy and real-life solutions to the people who need them. This is one situation where we can indeed help. We have attorneys standing by, so if you would like to take advantage of this program or you would need some advice, we have individuals who can give you that advice, not only how to find yourself from under this predicament that faces you on April 3rd, but if you believe that you may have delinquent taxes that may be problematic in the future, we have individuals that can provide help. We also are here to assist you with other education and literacy so that if you'd like this information brought to your churches or to your community-based organizations, we have an army of people who can do that as well. So it gives us great pleasure as the Westside Justice Center to be able to put the boots on the ground, to put our forces, our expertise, and our support with Dr. Wilson and his foundation and be able to bring an end to what has plagued our communities and help those who are most vulnerable. I will also add, if you are an individual who is 65 years or older, or you feel as though you've lived in your home and you are not receiving the proper exemptions, we can help you navigate that as well. So we have an army of resources and individuals who can assist people in need, and we urge you to contact us at 773-940-2213 or visit us at westsidejustice.org. Thank you, Maria, and thank you, Commissioner and Dr.
I want to bring up now Reverend Patterson. He's the president of the Baptist Ministers Conference, Reverend Pastors Conference. Reverend Patterson, state your name.
Yeah, thank you so much, Richard. Yeah. Hi, my name is Pastor Patterson. Pastor of the Spirit of True Missionary Baptist Church First, and also the president of the Baptist Conference of Chicago and Vicinity. I want to thank Richard, first of all, excuse me. Then I really want to thank my good friend, Dr. Willie Wilson, because this is something that involves all of us, especially us pastors, because we have members of our churches that don't even know anything about this, a lot of them. And I thank Dr. Wilson for being a drum major to lead this effort and try to help those in our community that are unable to help themselves. So I'm going to give him $2,000 to help, amen, toward I'm also going to call on some of the pastors in the conference where I serve, because these are our people, and we have to have transparency. It's not about black, white issue. It's about all of us. And most of us in here we have parents. Amen. 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 Some of them are living, some of them are gone on. But we have mothers, amen, that's not our mothers per se. But we have to care for all of the people. And I think this is our mission as pastors and as leaders. And I want to thank Dr. Wilson, amen, for calling me up, allowing me to come down here and say to you all and say to everybody in the city of Chicago, we have to help everybody, because everybody is somebody. Thank you.
Dr. Wilson had something else he wanted to mention.
I wanted to mention this as well, is that out of the $150,000 that my wife and I donate, we'll ask the West Side Justice Center to make sure it reflects Chicago, white, black, Asian American, all American. This is not a black thing. This is a moral thing, right? So I want to make sure we make mention of that, so we see it the right way. We're about trying to relate to people, to human beings. So again, I want to thank Dr. Patterson, Mr. Boykin, and Patterson, and that you should be running this country.
You're running me out of town.
We've been joined by one of the foremost leaders of our time, somebody who has stood on the battlefield and fought for the less fortunate, and somebody who's blazed a trail, and he too is concerned about this issue, and that is Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr.
Let me express sincere thanks on behalf of Rainbow Coalition and the Civil Rights Coalition. Express thanks to the role of Richard Boykin, my commissioner, and the tremendous role that Reverend Dr. Wilson's playing in putting his money where his mouth is. Yes. I'm concerned that we must not confuse. We must not confuse private generosity with bad public policy. 50,000 homes are involved. No longer roll. The banks targeted, shooting clustered black and brown homes. In Chicago area, 80,000 vacant homes and lots. We just had a commitment to fix the lead, the water in the lead in the water and the pipes, to cut down the weeds and the grass with the jobs. Commitment to deal with those houses that cannot be repaired, jobs. Repair those that can be repaired, jobs. That is simply abandoning of our community. Thanks. Role you're playing. Over 50,000, 10,000 manufacturing jobs in 10 years. So the big corporations that wants people on the west side are now gone. That's a factor in talking with this. Then beyond that, the issue of the contract buyers, they're on the loose again, taking advantage of people who are older and to target them. Now the situation of the tax situation. Many of these people were home buyers, workers in their best days, they bought homes. They're on fixed income, they cannot pay the tax for those, and there should not be a scheme set up. Their homes will be bought and go from 3% interest to 18% and take their homes. That was bad legislation coming out of Springfield. On them real Pappas for her work, and it went from 12 months to 9 months, 8 months, now to 4 months. The root of this is bad policy out of Springfield. We must meet with the governor and those officials in Springfield. They must change this policy. And we want to express thanks to those, several led by Dr. Wilson, put up their money. Sure, sincerely, it's not fair for them to have to bail out the state. This is bad legislation. This is bad legislation. 50,000 homeowners should be put in a position of comfort, and they can be revived. And we can give $54 billion more to the military. The richest pay tax and don't give tax returns. Cannot put more people out in this department in the wintertime. We deserve better, and we're going to fight back to make it happen. It means marching. We will not have moving vans driving up to our old people's houses, taking their houses. We will not let them have moving vans coming unless there be stiff resistance. Thank you very much.
All right, to close us out will be Reverend Iraq from the west side of Chicago. Reverend Iraq.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Boykin. First of all, I want to say I'm very happy to be part of this collaborative effort by multiple institutions, clergy, attorneys, and politicians who really care about the people, especially our civil rights Reverend Jesse Jackson, one of my longtime mentors. I want to quote him. Years ago, I heard him say one time that we have never lost a battle that we fought. We never won a battle unless we fought. And we are committed to fighting, and we are committed to supporting this effort, and we're thanking God for a person like Dr. Willie Wilson, who has given his own resources. To encourage others to jump on board, and I'm going to give a minimum of $1,000, but I'm going to join the fundraising effort. Thank you so much.
We'll take any questions.
Yes, I'm curious, Ms. Executive Director Woods and Dr. Wilson, how this is technically going to work, because I'm sure you might get bombarded with requests for this money. So you use the word donation, and then I heard lending, and so is this really a donation you're giving to the Westside Justice Center, and then you get to decide? Or technically speaking, I want to know, when people apply, they're applying to the Westside Justice Center. Is that accurate?
So I can comment on the logistics. The Westside Justice Center is acting as the interface and the screening tool for the applicants. The money is Dr. Willie Wilson's foundation, and the way it will work is that this is actually a loan to individuals, an interest-free loan. The administration of the application process is being conducted by the Westside Justice Center pro bono, so we are not charging any fees for our time and our services.
That as far as loan payment goes too, how is that going to be structured so people understand that when they're signing the dotted line?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So at minimum, it's Dr. Wilson's desire that people be given at least the minimum amount of time they would have originally had to have paid these taxes had not but for the April 3rd deadline. So that means they will at least have until August to repay that loan. And I must emphasize, it is an interest-free loan. So unlike when your taxes are sold and you attempt to redeem those taxes, you are charged any kind of penalties and fees and any additional interest that that investor may have, may be charging an individual, and that will not be the case here.
So it's an interest-free loan until August.
That is correct.
Well,
2017, right?
Dr. Wilson is going to add to that. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
It is until August, and I understand this too. If it has to go a little bit longer, I'm willing to do this, right? People run into tough times, you know, so they need an extra 3 or 4 months. I'm willing to do that, all right? We're not going to put add any more undue pressure on people. If nobody will pay my wife back that $150,000, so be it. Right? We feel that our life is from where we come from. We owe it to the community, and we will give back to the community. So if they need extra time, then fine. If they don't pay it back, that's okay too. We don't want no interest on the money. When we came from the west side, came to Chicago, used to own these McDonald's restaurants. It was the young man, the young lady on welfare who spent their quarter of their dollars in my McDonald's restaurant. That's responsible for my way of living today. So that $150,000 really means nothing to me and my family as both people.
I think it's very important we deal with the policies of the abandonment of women. There are 909 in Chicago. Unemployment below 22%. Poverty below 40%. Why are we in this condition today? Having appealed for our angels to bail us out. The banks put us in this predicament. They will bail out the people locked out. That's the part of the solution. If an individual can do this, why can't the state revisit the timetable in the first place? Those scoundrels who would exploit the poor with a 3% loan and charge them 18%, they should hit jail. It's just flat out wrong. And what Wilson is to protect us from the scoundrels.
Amen.
Policy still has to come out of Springfield.
Right, that's right.
It's bad policy in the first place.
Yeah.
We furthermore need an urban policy. With all the talk about Chicago killing and all of that, if in fact there were, I repeat, a commitment to remove the lead paint out of the water. There's more lead in Chicago water than in Flint, Michigan. If that, we hired young men to cut down the grass and the weeds. Another plan for job construction and development landscaping. Those houses cannot be rebuilt. Demolition jobs. Those that can be rebuilt jobs. There may be more jobs than people if that's the commitment. This is a stimulus to get the government to do its job, take care of its people. I want to again express thanks to all of you for this commitment, this compassion. But there's no substitute. We lost homes, 50 public schools, 5,000 teachers, restaurants, cleaners, and lives. Enough is enough.
Stacey, I want to just readdress your question earlier about further logistics. This is also intended, per Dr. Wilson and those who have joined him, for people who are living in their homes. So this is for residential property and for people who are in their homes. There are properties that are both commercial and vacant lots, but this is designed to bring relief for those who are most vulnerable, those in the community who are most in need and who are residing in their homes. So that was one additional point that I wanted to make.
Last point that I do want to make. Last point that I do want to make. I think the mayor said Chicago should go in those tip dollars, take them out of there and save these people. I just had to say that to get it off my chest.
Can I ask Reverend Pappas, we have talked an awful lot, and I know my stories of the first financial blow of this, meaning the tax bill before April 3rd that you will owe the tax buyer. But it's really the double whammy, if you will, when you move ahead as well because of next month's taxes
Okay,
in May and June. Do you mind talking about
Here's
how that's like
what she's talking about is the inevitable. And the inevitable we haven't faced yet. So you're going to see this whole crowd and more people back here because on August 1st, there's a payment due. What she's referring to is that following October, this office is going to send out certified notices to sell anybody who didn't pay August 1st. On December 1st, their property goes up for sale. Yes. What she's referring to is that this year was cut to 8 months, was cut to 6 months. That's why we're here now. We're dealing with the 6 months things. But in August, we're down to 4 months. That means anybody who doesn't pay on August 1st gets a certified notice in October saying December 1, it's being sold. That's the problem.
Since they can't pay the tax, they will take their houses. And that's the real point. These are seniors who in their working years bought houses. In the senior years, they're on fixed income, they cannot build a house. And I just ask the question, probably be the tax, he else they get.
I don't know what it's going to be.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
We're going to close the press conference now. If you have any questions, you can ask them offline. You can ask them offline. You have a press conference.
64,000.
We sent out 64,000.
All right, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you like that, a little bit more something you can. Just remember, this is what it's about. This is what this is about.